Manguil, Guam, CNN. In the first years after the September 11 terror attacks, administrators at Guam's AB-1 Pat International Airport put up memorial banners to honor members of the military from the island and neighboring U.S. territories who died in Washington's War on Terror. The names have added up. By the 10-year anniversary of 9/11, the airport installed a digital memorial so they could list them all. It became so overwhelming that it took over the entire East ticket lobby and we had no remaining wall space, says Rolanda Faswamali, marketing director at the airport. These are our brothers and our nephews and our sons and sisters. Guam, a far-flung island in the Western Pacific, is known for two things: its beaches and its military capabilities. The 30-mile-long island serves as a launch pad and refueling station for U.S. warplanes and ships. It also is the closest U.S. territory to North Korea. What you need to know about Guam. What you need to know about Guam. 130 What you need to know about Guam. The island has been threatened multiple times by Pyongyang, especially at time of heightened tensions between the two countries in mid-August. But many who live on this island are fiercely patriotic. They say they feel safer with the U.S. military at their backs when threats come hurled at them from North Korea. Others say the military's large footprint on Guam makes them a target. All of them share something in common: they cannot vote for the president who could put them in harm's way. People here are quick to say nearly every family in Guam has a relative in uniform. Today, nearly a third of the island is controlled by the military. Guam is home to an Air Force base and a naval base which, among other things, supports a small fleet of submarines. Many here are proud of the country they belong to and the military's presence on their island. By and large, Guam's residents are willing to put their lives on the line for it. According to the U.S. military, Guam's population boasts the highest rate of military participation per capita. We're just that patriotic type of island, says Guam native Patrick Flores. Flores, 47, served in the U.S. Army in Germany when the Berlin Wall came down and deployed to the Middle East during the First Iraq War. I feel it's an honor to serve under the greatest nation in the world, which is the U.S., Flores says. Decades later, he deployed to Afghanistan for a year as a member of Guam's National Guard battalion. He was accompanied by at least 7 close members of the Flores family, including his son Patrick Jesus Flores. The younger Flores, who is known in the National Guard as Patrick Jr., admits that as a child he learned the military due to his father's many long deployments. I hated the military for always splitting my family up, the younger Flores says. Eventually, though, the 22-year-old had a change of heart. The big reason for why I chose to serve in the military is because of my dad, to follow in his footsteps and serve, protect my family, protect my island and serve my country. The Flores understand the risks and the sacrifices implicit in serving in the armed forces. 2 members of their Guam National Guard battalion were killed by a suicide car bomb in Kabul in 2013. What they have trouble is accepting is that they do not have the same rights as most of the other Americans who serve alongside them. We've suffered many casualties in every campaign that our unit, our island, our National Guard, or even our Army Reserve went to, Patrick Jesus Flores says. Casualties have happened in every campaign. And up until this day we're still hoping for the right to vote. Because Guam is officially an unincorporated U.S. territory, its residents are deprived of certain voting rights enjoyed by people from the 50 full-fledged states of the United States. As a result, even though they are U.S. citizens, Guam residents cannot vote in U.S. presidential elections. They also have no representation in the Senate and their sole delegate in the U.S. House of Representatives is not allowed to vote on the passage of legislation. Both Patrick Sr. and Patrick Jr. say on deployments they've watched all the other soldiers cast their ballots. We're so outcast, the younger Flores says. Voting rights are what he and his father want more than anything else from the country they have devotedly served. They argue that the U.S. citizens living on Guam should have the right to vote for the commander-in-chief who may one day send them into harm's way. We wear the same uniform on our heart on our chest. It all says US Army. That's what it says. It says US Army, it doesn't say Guam's Army, says the younger Flores. We are owed the right to vote, his father says.